Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see right now I have this huge stuff going on right here, and all I'm really trying to do is evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions, which I've already written down there, for when I'm given an angle at 6 pi. So the first thing I want to do is kind of describe what I have up here. So what I did here is just kind of describe the first quadrant of the unit circle, and to me that's very, very important for students to have as a knowledge of already knowing what the first quadrant is. And then we'll be able to use this first quadrant to help us find the remaining points if they don't fall within the first quadrant. And so I also use this kind of unit circle up here. That's going to help me kind of decide where exactly this angle at 6 pi is going to be. And then we will evaluate our 6 trigonometric functions down below. So the first thing we want to do is determine, where is the angle 6 pi and where does it intersect the unit circle. So when looking at this here, we know that if we're going to start at our initial side here, and I rotate halfway around a circle, well, that's pi. And if I just keep on doing that, that's 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi. Okay? So therefore, you can see that we are now at the point at 1, 0. Now remember, the sine of t, that represents the y-coordinate of an angle that intersects the unit circle. So if an angle intersects at the unit circle at one of our given points, then that represents the y-coordinate. So we can say it represents the y-coordinate. So therefore, the y-coordinate of 1, 0 is just going to be 0. The cosine represents the x-coordinate. So therefore, that point is just going to be 1. And tangent represents the y over the x. So in this case, we have 0 over 1, which is just equal to 0. Now remember, the cosecant function, that's the reciprocal of sine. So that's going to be 1 over y. Well, that's going to equal 1 over 0, which is undefined because we cannot divide by 0. The secant is going to equal 1 over x. Well, that's going to be 1 over 1, which is just equal to 1. And the cotangent is going to be is going to be represented as x over y, which again, in this case, will have 1 over 0, which again is equal to undefined. So again, ladies and gentlemen, the main important thing is we want to determine where this point or where the angle lies and where it's going to intersect the unit circle. Then we take that point and we determine the x and the y coordinates to help us evaluate for our trigonometric functions. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions when given a real number as your angle. Thanks.